ladies and gentlemen. Live and alert on the north side of the dirty. It's your man D Real. Today's Thursday, so we're gonna be live. We are live. We're here. Hello and welcome. I hope this will be as pleasurable a trip for you as it will for me. I will try to be informative and sharp and witty and all of that sort of thing. While drinking tea out of my favorite cup. Hola, y'all. Hola, y'all. I'ma chill while y'all chill and get your chill ready to chill with my chill. And it's all gonna be live. I can pop open the figures. You gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one too. I've heard stories about this one. And this one, I think we already saw. So, a woman and two minorities. So, I'm making it happen on the action figure front. I think. Yeah. Y'all saw the Dulcie, right? Well, Dulcie and Chun-Li now have, more fighters from the world of Street Fighter to contend with. And that's what they're going to be contending with when I do another photo shoot. Yes. What's good? It is the Paul Martin. Yes, sir. And Kamoyo King in the building, bidding you all hello and welcome. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all have to excuse me. Everybody in my house got cooties, and I'm fighting with all my might to not contract said cooties. And it's a party now because the homie Theo is in the business. What up, Theo? What's good, my G? Oh, good. Yeah, I'm getting these figures. These figures ready for display. Oh, Black Panther in the building. Dr. Black Panther says vitamin C. Yes. Yeah. Good Lord. What in the hell? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this here. Oh, it's more tape. Good Lord. Keep these suckers trushed up real nice, don't they? Make sure you ain't getting nothing out of here without a wrestling match. Okay. Whoa. I'm a whole bit because it's shaped like a video game. That's what it is. You can't take it out the top. You gotta take it out the bottom, right? Y'all in the room and y'all chit-chatting. I know y'all likes to chit-chat with one another. So while y'all is chit-chatting and getting antiquated with one another, see what I did there? While y'all is getting antiquated with one another, I'm going to, like I said, prep these figures because my talking points is ready to go. Yeah, I've been looking at some things. I have been viewing the World Wide Web. I sound old as hell saying World Wide Web, but ain't that what it is? Ain't it still the World Wide Web? It ain't the World Wide Web no more. It stopped being the World Wide Web. It's just not cool to say World Wide Web. even though we fucking type www every damn day. See, what is that all about? Is that about yielding to the expectations of others, or having the testicular fortitude to let your flag fly the way you want it to? That didn't come out right. You know what? I'm gonna get off this topic and say, hey, I'm opening up Cammy White. Let me see if the stories they've been telling about Cammy is true. Yep. Cammy got yammies, and they put him that way on purpose. I mean, you know, basically, Cammy ass running around with a swimsuit on, bro. So how is that supposed to look? I don't know how that's supposed to look. Are you in line for a Steelers quarterback? Oh, goodness. That's a whole conversation by itself. I am also allowing my tea to steep. My teas are rather medicinal in nature. Just give me, man, like a day where I could just sit down and there is nothing expected of me, and I can rest and recuperate and engage in my routine. You know what I mean? I'll be back to normal. See, they caught me off guard, man, because my baby girl got it first, and then she was late. She was out. She was out commission. And then it hit my lady. You know what I'm saying? She was out of commission too. So now it's after me. But I don't go so easily. Y'all gonna have to hit me with your worst cooties. I'm not scared of cooties. All right. Okay. What in the fizzle? Oh. Okay. There we go. Let me see if size is comparative. Okay. All right. So we got DJ, right? Almost kind of got that same kind of look on his face like Balrog. And then we got Cammy. Yeah. How's that pose go? You win. Okay. Enough time has been wasted. Now we shall get the show on the road without any further ado. Wait a minute. That's my filleting knife. Don't let anybody say different is lying. Because sometimes, man, you got to make precise cuts, and scissors don't always get the job done. You feel me? Okay. If I have not said it already, welcome to Thursday Live. I is your host on this super psychedelic fun journey, and hopefully I'll learn something and you'll learn something, and we'll both be better for it. All right. And we are ready to begin. Okay. That's delightful. Moyo asks, do you drink tea like my wife does? Like a retired British detective finally on the trail of the case he couldn't solve 40 years ago? No. Well, maybe. I drink a lot of tea. If that's what we're getting at, yes, I drink a whole lot of tea. All right. Enough of the looky loo talk. Let's get down to the get down. Let's do the brass tack thing. All right. What's going on the internet? What are people talking about? What do they have their mouths wrapped to say? Well, I've heard a lot of talk about this young lady right here. Who is that young lady? Well, she's a pretty young lady, about the same age as my own daughter. Her name is Claire O'Neal. What's so important about Claire O'Neal that we need to be talking about the child on Thursday Live? Well, first of all, before I go into that, what nationality and or race of human being are you looking at right there in that image? Because that seems to be what all the hoopity hoopla is about with this young lady. That and people didn't know who her famous father was. Well, for those of you that don't keep up with the gossip and the chit chat and the yammering and talking like that, young Claire O'Neal is the daughter of Ed O'Neal, aka Al Bundy. So since 1986, everybody's like, wow, Al Bundy been married to a black woman all this time. Okay, like I say on my poster for the live, why should it even matter? Is this the stuff we want to keep ourselves occupied with? Did Claire O'Neal or Ed O'Neal, did either one of them do anything wrong? Claire just on her TikTok page making TikToks. That's Ed O'Neal being Ed O'Neal. He worth millions upon millions. Do you think he gives a crap what people think about him, his wife, or his daughter? Well, I say to y'all, if Ed O'Neal don't give a why should we? I mean, she cute and all that. I mean, I hope she find her little boyfriend or whatever it is she's seeking in life, and happiness and joy abound, fill until it overfills. But why? Why are we concerned about shit like that? I mean, being the father of not one, but two biracial daughters. Okay. And there is a huge difference between biracial and mixed. Okay. We get them confused when we talk about it. We use the terms interchangeably. We also intermingle race and ethnicity. So, what should it matter what that child's ethnicity is? When she's clearly mixed. Look at her daddy. Look at her mama. And look at her. Okay. If mixture, if that ain't the epitome of mixture in that child, I don't know what is. I wasn't overly concerned when I seen it because I've been looking at mixed children for the better part of what 26 years, 27 years. So that's not a big deal to me. Why should it matter? Is what I'm asking. Why should that matter? Well, who cares? No matter how far we progress in this society, there is still going to be a faction of us, and yes, I say it's a faction, who are predisposed with that kind of thing. It might make it difficult for you to do things in this country because of people like that. But oh, please bear in mind, it's not impossible. Difficult is not impossible. We can do difficult things. We've been doing difficult things. We're in the midst of doing difficult things right now with our current political administration. I want to wear my hat. I just don't feel the hat sitting there. I need some coolness popping off. Maybe coolness will put me where I need to be. Yes, I think so. Remember back in the old day. Ooh, I almost knocked my Black Panther over. Frank Sinatra put on that hat. Or Harry Belafonte for that matter. Smooth, suave, Billy D. Williams. Smooth like a baby booty. Okay, I don't want to ignore comments. If y'all had comments about that first topic, because we got 6 more to go, and some little peripheral things that might not be of too much importance, but they will be a lot of fun. Where we at? Boom, boom, boom. Paul Martin knew it was Ed O'Neill's daughter. Groovy did. That's okay. Edutainment is what I do, Groovy. Don't trip, baby. White folks don't make a fuss about interracial marriage. Just us Negroes do. I'm glad you said that, Kamayo. Not sure if it was because Married with Children had a black producer, but Al Bundy was trash, but never exhibited racist towards blacks. Okay. Yeah. De Niro, Lucas, yeah. They did what they were supposed to, kept folks out of their business. Thank you, Theo. If it's just now coming to light when that child's an adult, you did a great job of keeping it out. It don't hurt the fact that you have also an interracial wife. Well, not interracial, biracial. Yeah. So I mean, she was an actress herself. She's been in some things, and I haven't seen them because I looked her up on IMDb. And she's been in some. She was even in an episode of Married with Children. So, and then interesting thing, her and Ed O'Neill separated for a couple of years. So they were separated, but then they reconciled and got back together. You don't hear about that very often in Hollywood. And when you do hear about it, they reconciling and breaking up and reconciling and breaking up, i.e., Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Y'all gonna have to go look that one up. But they've been since the 80s, for the better part of the 80s. They've been about it. Okay. Theo say that again, Kamoyo. I think they still do, but we definitely feel some type of way. I don't really know why. I don't. I mean, I don't know. We want the same kind of patience. We want people to have the same kind of patience with us that we don't have with them. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that one for a minute. I have younger relatives bringing non-black folks into the family. The advice I give them is love who you love, but do not forget to observe everyone around you. Not everyone wants to see you together. Well, to that, all I can say to that young couple is in about 20 something years or so, you ain't gonna give up what people think when y'all walking around together, because your love is stronger than their hate. Theo said, I was at a club once here in Tallahassee, asked about 5 sisters to dance, and they all said no. Next lady I asked was a thick white girl. She said yes. We turned up, and the eyes I was getting from the... That is a perfect example, Theo, of why you ain't supposed to give a what nobody else thinks about what you do or who you do it with. Who you align yourself with, who you decide to stand with, who decides to stand with you. People ain't gonna always have no positive opinion about them. So what was the talk among Chiefs fans when Kelsey was with a sister? Very good question, Paul Martin. The talk was Kelsey was down, long as he was with that sister. But I think it was Travis Kelsey himself who realized, if I really want to reach the echelons and the heights that I'm supposed to, I gotta do what the industry expects of me. He said, even the ones that turned me down, I should have been deleted from the looks I got. Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, that, Theo, I would have danced harder, had more fun. Yeah. If you ain't checking for me, why are you mad at who is? Make it make sense. I'm over here stepping, bobbling, talking. Hey, girl, how do woo, woo, woo? And I can't get no act right. Yeah, you love who you love. Love doesn't have color. Love doesn't care about... all love cares about is two hearts is vibing on the same wavelength. That's all love care about. Love take you through a lot of that. I do tell them mind the relatives on the other side, though, especially the older ones who seem not to know we are free. You know what? Dated a girl in Oakland like that. And the crazy part about it, she was half Spanish. I mean, Spanish is different than Mexican, but you know what I mean. Is that the mentality? He in the military, but we still don't care. I'll say less. You know what I'm saying? You love who you love when you love who you love and how you love them. Speaking of love, if we talk about characters in comics, good segue, D. Thanks. If we talking about characters in comics that have really strong, undying love for their special someones, would my man Victor Freeze have to go on that list? Good segue. Have you heard? Oh, have you heard? He is just making all kinds of inroads and upsetting people. Giancarlo Esposito wants to jump companies and play Victor Freeze in James Gunn's universe. How we feel about that, Rock With Me Nation? How do we feel? Once again, okay, we going in the other direction this time. We gonna take us a Caucasian man and we're going to make him black. Wait, we did this before. What this is a very popular trend. I mean, is it the same thing? Yeah, it is the same thing. Do we want a black Victor Freeze? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess. But holla at me. Holla at me, Rock With Me Nation. I've been wondering about this one. He's a great actor. That's not the concern. Is it normalized now? I mean, is it really like normalized to the point where we can talk about it openly and not trip with each other? Does that make sense? We can talk about it openly and not be at each other's throats about it. No? 1-800-Black Hero. Indeed. Indeed. He doesn't know about anyone else, and truth be told, there aren't as many black older roles he can play in DC. Good point. I guess it's all the wave now. Don't we have black characters already in DC? Create a new villain. Okay, Kamoyo, I ain't got a problem with that, but when the last time that happened? Are there villains that have been created? What? Okay, let me put it like this. What villains have been created specifically for cinematic purposes? Now, I'm not talking about a variation on a villain or villains a la Ivan Vanka, where you just took Whiplash and Crimson Dynamo and crammed them into one character. Do we have such a character? I don't think we do. I think anytime they give us a villain, it's someone from the comics. Because who wants to see Captain America fight the bad, nasty McNasty? No villains. None. Not villains. I mean, you can mess with side characters all the live long day. You can mess with MacGuffins and all of that all day long. But we talking about like a Killmonger, like a Claw, villains, like a Loki. Like, when did we just go, I think I'm just gonna make up this villain right here, and hopefully it's gonna be a smash hit? It won't. It won't be. Paul Martin says there really aren't enough black comic book villains. You don't say. I got Moses Magnum. I got Sin over in the Spawn universe. Create a new villain. Yeah, I would like to see that. It's that double-edged sword. There aren't enough characters, and they don't really know the ones that do exist. Is he too old and light-skinned to play Red Lion? Well, if he played Red Lion, we wouldn't know it. We just have to get a body double because he's covered from head to toe. So all he would need to do to be Red Lion is just every now and then pull the mask off, or like when the Lou Ferrigno, Bill Bixby. Wasn't that the same person, the same being, played by two different actors? We done got so caught up in CGI, we like, could somebody really still do that in the 21st century? Hell yeah, they could. Ain't Michael B. Jordan playing twins in this movie coming out, Sinners? And I saw a show on Apple somewhere where this guy was playing his twins. So it's called acting. Or use an obscure villain like the Grey Ghost or the Reaper. I would like to see the Reaper live action. That would be cool. Batman Year 2. Harley Quinn came over from the cartoon, but that's about it to my knowledge. Njobu, he didn't even last long. He didn't last long enough to be anything. Njobu is the aforementioned MacGuffin. Ooh, a thought. Does Eclipso need to be 100% white? The guy who becomes Eclipso is a Caucasian man. Now, if we want to make him a black man and follow the trend, I'm pretty sure the people who settle for certain forms of representation wouldn't have a problem with that. Wouldn't have a problem with that at all. It seems very few people are of the school of, if you're going to put a black person on the screen, let him be a black character, not a character you made black. You're wasting time trying to turn Wonder Man into a brother when you could have just gave us Blue Marvel or Luke Cage or any number of black characters. I think they don't want to. At least it feels that way. Jobu, I think, only showed up for one issue. Yeah, to sow confusion. See what I did there? Anyways, speaking of confusion, perfect segue. These segues are falling exactly the way I want them to fall. Love it. Boom. Let's talk. I'll give you guys a second to compose yourselves before I present my questions. Okay. People forget that the villain is Dr. Kenji Obatu, I believe, was his name. Yes, he was an African dude. The first Dr. Spectrum was an African dude. There have been a couple of people who have pointed that out on social media. They'll change the character's gender to match the big screen before they change their ethnicity. Yeah. Darben, you know what? Darben was race, gender, and age swapped. The Ghost as well as Taskmaster. Yep. You said that ain't enough chocolate for you, Theo. What's up, chat? Did anyone bring up Ricky Gibson for a villain? Did anybody? Let's focus on this list. Let's focus on this assemblage. And here's my question right now. Is anybody surprised at this listing? Is there anybody that's like, oh my God, I 100% did not expect this person to show up? Is everybody going to be in Avengers Doomsday? let's see. We got, I'm gonna start counting. I'm counting. I'm counting minorities. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I count one. I count two. I count three. I count four. I count five. I count six. I count seven. I count eight. Eight. Okay. Do I really care? And is Secret Wars going to turn out like Secret Wars? And if it's going to turn out like Secret Wars, which Secret Wars is it going to turn out like? The original Secret Wars from 1984, or is it going to turn into the more recent Secret Wars? Paul Martin said, I can't muster up any enthusiasm for the Avengers stuff. Between multiverse drivel and RD Doom, as T'Challa said, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the way I feel about it, Paul. To me, this right here feels like, okay, here's a chocolate ice cream cone. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a scoop of vanilla on top of your chocolate. Oh, that would be nice. Thank you so much. I would really enjoy that. Boom. You know what else? I think I'm going to put a scoop of strawberry on top of that vanilla. Ooh, triple. Oh, I like that. Oh, here, let me put 3 more scoops on top of there. Ooh, now this is getting harder to handle and it's drippy and I can't. Somebody help me. This is too much. So now comes the burning question. Who's the lead in this movie? Or is it just ensemble? Y'all actually giving Channing Tatum a chance to be Gambit? Wow. Ain't no Wolverine? Wolverine? Wolverine ain't gonna be in Doomsday? But y'all got more. More. My name is more. Okay. All right. And you went with Rebecca Romaine as Mystique instead of Jennifer Lawrence. Gutsy ass move. Don't know if it's gonna pan out, but Rebecca Romaine's a model. She could get in Mystique form for this movie. Can she? Kelsey Grammer. I guess we're gonna do the CGI thing, and Kelsey just gonna be there capturing the motion. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do. Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart. Don't say nothing to me about people being too old to play a role. If Ian McKellen can come back and play Magneto, if Ian McKellen can come back and play Magneto, I'm worried about one of them, having some problems on the set. But they ain't doing nothing too strenuous. The Russos are good writers, but this could be ass. Could be. Well, let's wait and see if any of these what we got coming out. We hang on before I get to that. I want to get to these comments. The story lacks buildup. They're relying solely on star power, no differently than the Deadpool Wolverine. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. It's just gratuitous appearances. It's just gratuitous star appearances. What's the driving force behind these people coming? You know what? You know what? I don't care. I'm just bringing it up because this is some stuff y'all wanted to talk about. So we gonna talk about it. Paul Martin said, I'm going to say something blasphemous, but I never really saw Doom as a large-scale team buster threat a la Thanos, Nefaria, or Sphinx. Hasn't Doom always been a team buster? He's been busting the Fantastic Four's ass for years. He done. I done seen a few comments where he done beat the daylights out of the Avengers and the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what are we saying when we say he ain't a large scale team buster? He ain't got to be large scale. Doom can bust teams without going large scale. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you're gonna have to qualify that statement, sir. I mean, yeah, not like Thanos, Nefaria, or the Sphinx, but make no mistake, man. And Doom make up his mind to be a problem to people. He gonna be a problem. Maybe not like doing stuff like they would do, but trust me, Doom's a problem. Doom's a problem. He's a problem and a half. Always has been. Doom plots and exploits. Yes, he does. Come on, yo. Theo said, I think they only do that, Mr. Martin, because his main enemy is the FF, thus justifying him being a team threat, even though he's been soloed by numerous heroes. Now y'all downplaying Doom. Okay, y'all gonna have to put some respect on Doom's name. Just because Robert Downey Jr. is effing it up, don't it'd be like if Roland Martin played T'Challa. Would that make you hate T'Challa? Or would you just not like the actor playing it? Star power. It's everything you hate about Phase 4. Yep. Mind you, this movie is 2.5 hours, so how are they dividing screen time? Some people ain't going to get no screen time, or they ain't going to get as much. Here, I ask you a question. How much screen time did Mantis get in the Infinity War? Exactly. A lot of people going to end up playing the back. A lot of people just going to be fanfare. I see M'Baku being fanfare. You know what I'm saying? I meant large scale team numbers. If he ain't usurped or appropriated some kind of power, but I mean, teams don't come at Dr. Doom large scale. I mean, I've seen, several occasions where different incarnations of the Avengers fought him, and the smallest amount of Avengers he's faced is 4. The largest amount of Avengers he's faced is, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get what you're saying, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Where's Tiana Paris? She was in the same universe as Kelsey Grammer's Beast. Gray, I don't want to sound like a corny ass stan, but this might not be the same beast. It might be a different beast. It might be a beast from a different universe. This movie is Brontosaurus dung. It ain't even came out yet, Kamoyo. He's like, I'm calling it. Why you? This movie is 2.5 hours. Oh, I already read that. I'm just saying their presentation of him as a threat hasn't been consistent. I like Vic. I see M'Baku being deleted. We should be so fortunate. Nah, a lot of them are getting dusted by the evil Avengers Team Doom has. Allegedly. Ooh. What's ballsy would have been stealing some DC Snyderverse actors, Cavill, Godot, Affleck, etc., as the Squadron Sinister. Please don't bring her upgrade. That's my trigger. Ooh, Gal Gadot. What you got? What you got against the long leg Israeli? Or should I call her a Sabra? Oh, Monica. Oh, yeah. So as far as this movie comes out in 26, well, we'll see. But I mean, we already know. We don't have to go into the back and forth until they alter what they trying to do. The wins ain't gonna be as consistent, and that's the long and the short of it. If they, I'm just saying she served in the Israeli military force as is demanded. You know what I'm saying? So there, at least 2 years. Now, my concern so much isn't this movie as it is this movie. That right there is an image of Bob, aka Bob Reynolds, aka Robert Reynolds, aka the Sentry, played by Louis Pullman. You know what? At this point, I ain't really tripping about when they get it wrong, but this guy right here is going to look like that when we finally get him suited up. So we have Thor, the Hulk, as far as we know, Hulk's still alive, and the Sentry existing in the same universe. Are we going to get a World War Hulk? I guess that's my question. I need a World War Hulk. And a World War Hulk would be exactly what the Hulk needs to put some respect on his name. Okay, he came back from Sakaar with Scar. A very poorly computer generated Scar as well, I might add. What's to become of that? Are we going to learn, about that? And will we ever see a battle, whether it's a brief skirmish or misunderstanding between the Sentry and or Thor or the Hulk? I mean, they're the most powerful. Captain Marvel, but yeah, what I'm talking about, right? The earthbound villains in MCU proper need to protest over underuse. Do they exist yet? You know what I'm saying? Do they exist? We have we'll these shows and movies and stuff will thrill us every now and then and throw out a villain and we're like, hey, but since ain't nobody rocking with it now, what's it matter? You know what I'm saying? You're messing it up. You're messing it up. You know, everything has gone downhill. You know, they get a bright spot here, bright spot there. Or maybe all it is we had this overinflated thing that we would do. We made it out to be more than what it was, or the amount of people watching and following the MCU fell off after phase 3. I get so tired of having this same conversation. We already know what's going to happen, so why we even sit around and discuss it? Paul Martin said the Thunderbolts will still be outmatched, but narratively, then being tasked to capture or take White Vision makes more sense. Oh, I know they ain't trying to take the Sentry nowhere. They better be taking their butt somewhere and leaving him the hell alone and let somebody else deal with it. Or maybe this is the era of talking the antagonist down to show that you know how to end a fight without killing anyone. Thunderbolts release May 2nd. Come on, yo. And Superman releases July 11th. So stupid, introducing all these class 100 heroes, and the only villain at that level is Abomination, and he doesn't even really want to be an evil POS now. I mean, class 100 level Earth-based bad guys. Well, the inconsistency, Paul, and the problem is that instead of developing characters like they were supposed to, you focused solely on the Avengers and the development of the Avengers. And it seemed like everything in that phase was related directly or indirectly in some kind of way, shape, or form to Avengers. All roads, phases 1 through 3, just about all roads led to the Avengers, or were peripheral to the Avengers, or were, you know what I'm saying? It was all Avenger based. So in taking all of this time to tell 1, 2, 3 story arcs for that Avenger, 1, 2, 3 story arcs for that Avenger, 1, 2, 3 story arcs for that Avenger, 1 story arc for that Avenger, we wasn't putting no villains in there. And then the villains we were putting in there got killed off. So that's kind of what happened with the MCU. They didn't put no time into creating, hell, any villains. Damn, a class 100 one, none. And the ones that could have gave class 100 heroes a run for their money, unalived. Dang, poor Thunderbolts. Superman over there about to take all the spotlight. Yeah. They wasted team busters like Absorbing Man and Graviton on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Bruh, they needed more guests on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I guess celebrities felt like it was beneath them to appear in them TV shows. Maybe when you structure these contracts again, you structure them in such a way that these big booming banging celebrities are obligated to appear on these TV shows too. Because it's a connected universe and you only see baby Nick Fury. Oh, you might see Sif. Oh, you might see, the random here and there, some Inhumans, this kind of thing. It's a connected universe. Act like it. Like how you just randomly threw Daredevil and She-Hulk together for a smash. You know what I'm saying? They interact with each other. The Defenders. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just thought about it. Daredevil could have Marvel Knights, but that's probably not going to happen because ain't nobody checking for Marvel Knights. You could have a cinematic Marvel Knights. You got all the characters for it, but we let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. And Shuri's not gonna evolve into this at all. We ain't gonna get no cinematic Griot at all. That won't be part of her story arc in Black Panther 3, will it? Why do we care? Anyway, May the 3rd is Free Comic Book Day. Do you ever take advantage of Free Comic Book Day? Because like Free Comic Book Day, there are a lot of zero issues and unique comics that come out that you ain't gonna be able to get no other time except on Free Comic Book Day. Why am I bringing this up? Why am I talking about this? Here he comes. Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. Hey, Speed Racer has a free comic book coming out by my man David Pepos, who was on the show just last week. Y'all, I know y'all, we all like kind of like round about the same age. So don't be faking the funk and fronting on me and be trying to say you don't rock with Speed Racer or you didn't rock with Speed Racer. Because if you did, I can name a whole bunch of kids probably in this chat that had big wheels, and when they was riding their big wheels or their green machines, they thought they were Speed Racer. Ooh, green machine. Nice name drop, D. I know. Because, like we always say at the Rock With Me Nation, we rock with the people who rock with us. Dave Pepos rocks with us. So I feel like we should rock with Dave. It's Free Comic Book Day. Did I mention it's Free Comic Book Day? You just got to get there at the right time. Yeah? Y'all know y'all was some Speed Racer fans. And what he does is he updates and modernizes characters. You said you retired from collecting again. The underworld let Clint Barton off the hook. You couldn't go that fast in your big wheel. You could pretend like it. I sure pretended like it. I tried to anyway. And that was like around time when they had them big wheels. They had that little brake on the side, that little blue brake. You can act and your joint will spin out. But green machines was cooler for that because they had the little and that controlled the direction of the back wheel. Look at me talking about old toys. Hey, old toys. That's a good segue, y'all. Old toys are a very good segue. So let's segue into old toys. Want to get this out the way. I got about let's see what boom, bam, pow. Oh, this next one's gonna be good. All right. I got this because this is Nissa Ravane from the Magic the Gathering line. We're going to use her to make a Aricia of the Green Lantern Corps. She's already got the ears. She's already got the look. We just got to make this look a little bit more Green Lantern-y. So I got this thing for like, I don't know, I want to say like $10, $10, $12 off of eBay. It's still in, pretty good condition. The joints are good. It's, it moves, it poses. And I've got another one of these. I have two of them. I got another one that I set aside that I'm using to make my Honda. I think I want to get me a little like hoodie and put. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you until I do it. I'm gonna do it and get it done. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. So, and also, speaking of old figures, I am still waiting for the last two pieces to complete my Mr. Hyde. So, Mr. Hyde, all I need is boop, boop, pop, pop. Another one in the books. Got that one dirt cheap too. Quiet is kept. This is the last figure I needed to collect to get the Masters of Evil. Baron Helmut Zemo's Masters of Evil. Other than Blackout, but they don't make a Blackout. I could make a Blackout easy enough. I don't worry about that. But yeah, we got them. We got them all. We got them all. We got them all. So look to see that when we get my man squared away like that there. What we talking about here? Oh, eyeballs as normal. Now, the order of the day. Y'all be looking this weekend for some snazzy little battle pictures and poses coming with these two ladies. So, who you got? Cammy, the girl that likes to jump on your neck and try to snap it, or Super Thighs? Also, like I showed y'all earlier, DJ might be coming to do a little swinging this weekend. So y'all be looking for that. They got special effects, just like the effects they do in the game. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of this, man. Not to mention Dolphin. That's 4. That's 4. So now all we need is the Gee brothers, Fei Long and M. Bison. Yeah, so there you go. Yoga. I wish he had some fire that he could breathe. I would think y'all making the extra long limbs for him. Why wouldn't y'all make fire? Ain't that the main attack? Well, nah, the extended limbs. But I mean, he breathes fire. He breathes fire. Why would you not want that in your repertory in a fight? Okay, I'm tired of stretching my arms out on you. I'm just going to burn you. Nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I might complete the Winter King from DC. Oh, I think I got some parts to the Winter King. I had to look. Yes, Miss Cammy White. All right, fanboys. One for you. Dun, 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 dun. Our heads almost turned the other way because them ponytails. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. You win. That's nuts. Okay. Chun-Li. Just Chun-Li. Even got Chun-Li's kicks. And I didn't take it out, but we got Cammy's her little fire kick that she do too. And we got DJ's wave. And so yeah, it's gonna be some fun stuff going on. It's gonna be some fun stuff going on. Kamayo say gotta get DJ and Balrog. I don't. They make a Balrog, but I don't think they make a Balrog in this size because these are 5.5, 5-inch figures. So, you'd have to see. Don't make Cammy mad. Don't make her holler. She put them big ass thighs on you. You'll be sorry. Or will you be sorry? Who is Becky? You ain't never played Street Fighter? What's your problem? Mr. Moloch, what's going on? My friend Chrissy is built like Cammy. When people say Chrissy, I automatically think of Chrissy Snow from Three's Company. Coming knocking on the door. Yeah. Hey, Grand Madam. It is beautiful to see you beautiful, and I hope life is beautiful. Like I did that. Yeah. Well, speaking of beautiful, that means we gotta segue into something not so beautiful for a minute. Okay. Let me get set up. Because we're gonna need to discuss this. Okay. Boom. That there is an image of Pastor Ricky Floyd. On March 12th, Pastor Floyd got into an argument with a woman in a bar. Somehow it ended up outside of this bar and grill. And there were words. You know what? I'm going to describe the altercation to you. Okay. Now, at least this is how the lawyer describes it. What is exactly said isn't remembered by everybody, but there was no kind of threat or I'll see you in the parking lot or anything like that. The lawyer said as everyone was leaving the bar, Floyd approached Samantha Marion, and Newsom got between them. Floyd allegedly knocked Newsom to the ground. He's a nice-sized fella, so I can see him doing it. He stands in front of Reverend Floyd. He's knocked to the ground by Reverend Floyd. And when he does, the back of his head hits the pavement and he becomes a little stunned or dazed. Reverend Floyd then takes the telephone of Miss Marion and throws it to the ground. And he gives a couple of insults or what have you and starts to walk off. At this point, Perry says Marion picked up her phone and started recording the license plate of the truck Floyd was driving. He said his client had never met him before. Whatever triggered him, he was upset with Mrs. Martin. He fought through two individuals to get to her. And watching him from the vehicle and approach her, it was clear that his intention was not to give her a hug. Police say Marion called police to Mama's bar and kitchen at about 1:17 a.m. and confessed to shooting Floyd. Ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Marion, voluntary manslaughter is charged. Now she's out on bond now. That's actually not accurate. But she actually is out on bond right now. Thou shalt not kill. I get it. Thou shalt not kill. Yet here we are. Now I know y'all got a gang of opinion on this one, and here's my thoughts about it. Okay. A lot of what I'm saying, I will be paraphrasing, but I'm confident that what I'm saying is what and where I'm saying it is. And I challenge y'all to verify. There's a scripture in the Bible that speaks of Jesus's calling, and that he's called to heal the sick. Those who, quote unquote, if you want to look at it figuratively that way, who don't know the Lord. So how are you going to get to these people if you don't go where they are? You can go where they are, but there's another scripture that also says your Christian persona is supposed to shine like a city on a mountain. Was Pastor Floyd shining like a mountain when he was knocking folks down and getting into arguments and this, that, and that? Now, understand what I'm saying when I say what I say. At the point, if you calling yourself, you bringing tracks into the bar and you call yourself ministering to the people in the bar, if they aren't receptive or what you're saying to them is triggering them, you probably need to stop. And isn't the pastor, you're supposed to sow the seed with your words spoken from scripture. That's how you sow the seed. After that, you're done. It's not your job to convert nobody. It's not your job to convince anybody. It's your job to tell them. Say nothing about convincing them, programming them, brainwashing them. None of that shit. You're just supposed to bring the message. You are the messenger, not the person who wrote the message. Now, again, that man didn't deserve to die. No, he didn't deserve to die. But it sounds more like he put himself in that position versus people just malicious and callously, because it sounded like she was threatened. And then also, from what I read in the article, Samantha Marion was getting the better of him in the conversation. So if you're supposed to be a pastor and you in here in a bar getting roasted, you know what I'm saying? I could see how that would, you know? So, damn, 10 comments. Y'all feeling the kind of way. Okay. Okay. Protect yourself is what Kamoyo says. Yes, you should protect yourself because you never know where a threat's coming from. That's the last place you expect a threat of physical harm to come from. A pastor? Graham Adams say, I saw the video. Anyone who comes for me the way he came for that woman is done. You don't put your hands on a woman. That opinion varies. Under normal circumstances, no. But if a bunch of little teenage Samoan girls bum rush you and attack you all at once, you wanted to hit somebody. I guarantee you, them children grow big. And we were having an issue with that here in the community. Matter of fact, right up the street here, it was, they had to have a meeting over here at the junior high because it was a gang of Samoan girls that was going around jumping on people. Guys, girls, everybody was getting it. So you don't put your hands on a woman, asterisk. No, you don't put your hands on a woman. If you can help it. Woman coming at me with a bat, woman coming at me with a knife, woman coming at me. If it's somebody I can't immobilize, if it's somebody I can't keep at bay, if it's somebody that's nice with their hands, what if Clarissa Shields is coming at you? You ain't gonna hit Clarissa Shields? That's all I'm saying. No, under normal circumstances, you should not hit a woman. No. But if a woman's gunning for your ass, she's putting herself in that position. My mama told me, don't let nobody put their hands on you. Which maxim prevails in that instance? What my mama told me or what polite society says I'm supposed to do, and that's really vague. Nah, you step up. I'm shut up because people already think I'm mean now. At Kamoyo, gotta qualify that. If you have to save your child, if you have to save your life, it's your child. That part. If you walked in on that woman, that lady who shot Selena. If you walked in on that, you're gonna walk back out because she got a gun. So I'm walking back out. She got a gun. Oh, yeah, excuse me. I'm gonna get through this. Exactly. A man of God ain't God. That's what I'm saying. We get hung up on authority. God's authority give you the right to do and say a lot of things, but within the auspices of the church is where a lot of a pastor's power come from. On the street, it ain't about power for a pastor. On the street, it's about respect. We respect the pastor because of the position he's in. We respect the pastor because of what our family, our ancestors, our people have told us we're supposed to do with religious figures, church heads. Because they're supposed to be people beyond reproach to begin with. So I should never be worried about what a man at a cloth or a man of God is going to do. You still got to be you still got to have common sense. You know what I mean? So it's a dicey thing at best. And I don't want to say the wrong thing and have people, oh, well, D-Real said, well, rada. And nah, he didn't. He didn't tell you to go out and sock nobody in the jaw. He didn't tell you it was okay to body slam women. I ain't say none of that. Okay? But, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's nice with their hands, just saying. Grand Madam say, oh, yes, sir. I've had pastors come for me and get hauled away. If a pastor came for you, Grand Madam, what do you mean? A pastor came for you. They came like this pastor came at this woman? Because if he is, that's not a very pastorly thing to do. You shouldn't hit the woman who allows you to flee. The woman who has you backed up in a corner and will not allow you to leave, well, not every woman is afraid of 911. And that's all I'm saying. We always go that there's always a way, and there's always a way. Trust me, hitting anybody anybody. Everything I've learned, everything I've been trained. Well, I ain't say it like I'm Bruce Wayne or somebody, but the two martial arts that I've been trained in and boxing says you ain't supposed to just go around using that shit to beat people up and bully them and that kind of a thing. So I understand not putting my hands on somebody. I have enough discipline to be able to do that. I'm not just going to haul off and pop. What'd you say to me? I almost said the B word. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to haul off and just, but it's just like Theo said, somebody got you backed in the corner. What I'm supposed to do? Hey, man, come get her. What if they don't want to come get her? I mean, you ain't got to drop down into a bop, bop, bop and hit her with no combo or nothing like that. But I mean, most people understand I can give you a strong push. I can give you a strong face mush and let you know that was a 5. Please cease and desist. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go full out, go straight to 10. You know what I mean? It's levels. It's levels. They got a thing called MANT that they teach people, and they're it's a series of like physical and mental strategies that are put out like to handle people who are in what we call in the field crisis mode. Okay, and that's somebody like, say, someone with like a disability, a developmental disability, and they don't want to reason anymore, and they 250 pounds, and that ain't no situation I'm making up. I actually been in that situation before where I had to use those techniques on somebody. Well, not necessarily use them, but actually, bottom line, utilize the techniques to keep myself from getting mashed in the paste is really what happened. Cause that boy was big, and he had like a big old like speed knot on his head, and he headbutt people. Bruh, I wasn't trying to go out like that. I'm like, we got to immobilize this big joker quickly. You know what I mean? So yeah. Paul Martin said, or if a miniature badass ex Black Widow like the women in Cap 4, sorry to be flippant. Okay. To your point, D, I think we take for granted that it's the mother telling the son not to take the woman for granted. It's the father saying no at all means, and there is a very responsible reason. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even police, well, they are supposed to respond with enough force to overcome the force being exerted against you. And even in martial arts, they teach you, okay, one move leads into another move, which leads into another move, which leads into another move, saying, okay, here's the situation. What are you going to do? The minimum. First thing you learn in martial arts, distance is your best friend. They don't teach you to snatch folks' throats out and get away from the situation. That's the easiest thing to do. Just put some distance betwixt you, and that's, you're done. You're done. Now, if they come pursuing, then you see what I'm saying? It's starting to ramp up. There are levels, there are levels, there are levels, there are levels. And eventually you're gonna be responding in kind if this person don't take the hint and be like, or you could do like Jonathan Majors, you can run 15 blocks, you know what I'm saying? Because he knew. And there ain't no way, you're going to justify, your big buff ass beating up this little tiny woman. I'm 51. I'm John Wicking on site. Damn. I try to de-escalate, but if I can't, well, sorry for your loss. It was a nice service they have then. Well, my thing is, it take a while to get to John Wick. You know what I'm saying? With a woman. I'm John Wick and a woman. Oh, no. We don't want to John Wick a woman unless, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it escalates. And I know a lot. When I say a lot, I mean more than 10 women here in Alaska who either do jujitsu, box, fucking Muay Thai, or all three. Because they don't want to get attacked or assaulted. They want to be able to open up a can. Now, it stands to reason that just like in comic books, when some people get a gift, they use it for good. And when other people get a gift, they use it for evil. And that's just life. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm talking about. I mean, everything, and to your point, Theo, that does make sense. If you got a daddy telling you all your life, you better not hit no girl. I better not see you hitting no girl. I better not see you hitting no girl. But how many times do you ask your daddy, what happened if this girl hits me? What happened if this girl puts me in a situation where I ain't got no choice but to fight? How many people ask their father that? Done now. For that, as men, as gentlemen, we can't publicly take that stance. I mean, you can. It'll be much maligned, but you got the right to do that. Aren't there many pastors who were ex-thugs? Okay. I don't know if the pastor I grew up with was an ex-thug. The pastor I grew up, who the church I went to most of my life, he was the son of a pastor. And so maybe his daddy was, I don't know. But now the church that I was going to the most recently, stopped going in 2018, I think. That pastor, oh yeah. I mean, he was ex-military, but you know, I think he was just more like a smooth player type cat than a thug per se. So yeah, shouts out to Ken Friendly. Everyone plays their role. I teach my daughters not to put their hands on a man. I teach my daughters that if anybody puts their hands on you, don't put your hands on my daughter. They have been told to destroy when people put their hands on them. My middle daughter, the one that's 26, some girls came up to her job wanting funk. She beat down 3 of them at her job and didn't get fired. Maybe I have her on show one day, have her explain that. Or maybe I'll put the video footage up and y'all can see in real time that, you know, she ain't playing. I don't teach my babies to go for the hair. You know what I mean? You can go for the hair as far as a stabilization type thing. You know what I'm saying? But don't just don't put all your focus on hair. Because remember, you could have somebody do like what's that movie? Foxy Brown with Pam Grier, and she was in the stable, and the prostitutes wanted to jump on her, and before she came out to fight, she put a bunch of razor blades in her hair, and they came out there, and she was squabbling with them girls, and one of them grabbed her. That's a freebie. Boy, you'll say, I was raised in a house full of women. If it's hands, then I will de-escalate first and subdue. If possible, if I am being attacked, weapons involved, God help them because I like living. And that's the long and the short of it. That's the long and the short of it. You know, ain't no, you know what? Let's go in a different direction. Because I don't know what this get ready turned into. Paul Martin said, when I was in school, the guys' fights were whack. The girls' fights were like the Thriller. Always have been, always will be. Man, when I watch UFC, or I watched one championship, it seemed like the girls, Angela Lee, you see all them bras, a Shevchenko, they fighting, they trying to beat your brains out. Ain't no mercy, ain't no boring moments. I'm either submitting you or I'm knocking you out. That's the mission. What you supposed to do. I would even go so far, Kamoyo, as to say passion. Girls fight with passion. Because I remember that one time, man, when my sister came after me and my brother with a butcher knife. Actually, she came after my brother with the butcher knife. She wasn't coming after me. But, you know, your big sister screaming a war cry, running out of the kitchen. Yeah, I'm gonna go in the room with Big Bro. We gonna put the mattress on the door. Wait till Mama get home. yeah. Like Amoyo said, I like living. Oh, here we are. Here's something fun for you guys. No, it's not power scaling. We don't have to turn it into power scaling. That's up to y'all if this becomes power scaling or not. Rank these characters from strongest to weakest. Who's the strongest? Who's the weakest? You got Rogue. You have an adult Aang. Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. And of course, Storm Aurora Monroe. Strongest to weakest. Now, well, I am certain that is what the individual meant, Paul Martin. That's exactly what I feel like they meant. Is they actually, in this scenario, they have to mean powerful. Because even at base, Rogue still has the powers of Ms. Marvel. And that's stronger physically than any of the other people on this list. So, let's go powerful. Because that's really what we're talking about is power. Rank these characters most powerful to least powerful. How about that? But these Space Ghosts, fuck Space Ghosts. Y'all need to stop. Paul Martin, the dude is Aang from The Last Airbender. He is the Avatar, which means if you ain't ever watched Avatar, the best thing I can tell you, he has the ability to manipulate and control earth, wind, fire, and water. And that's why he's the Avatar. So essentially, a quasi-mystical version of Storm. I mean, he isn't necessarily doing weather manipulation, but with element control, I don't think I've ever seen it displayed. But why wouldn't Aang be able to create miniature weather patterns? Even without being able to create miniature weather patterns, he's formidable. Powerful. If we talk about power, 1 and 2 comes down to Sue Storm and Storm. I agree with what you're saying right there. I would just reverse Aang and Sue. The only reason I would give Storm the edge is because she has training. I mean, Rogue has the same training Storm has, but for some reason, I find myself saying Storm's a little more experienced, resisting mental attacks. Ain't nobody else got no thoughts? Paul Martin ain't gonna weigh in because he's not sure about Aang. Well, go watch The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think it is still on Netflix if you got Netflix. Okay. Gray said Storm, Sue, Rogue, Aang. For me, I just go ahead and say Storm, Sue, and everybody else. And Grand Madam with a saucy choice. Storm, Rogue, Aang, and Sue. Oh my goodness. You sleeping on Sue Storm like that, Grand Madam? Goodness gracious. She is a whole. Do you know, Grand Madam Terra, that Sue Storm is the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four? Not Johnny Storm. Storm and Aang are more adept at using their abilities offensively. That's kind of why I would give Storm the edge over Sue, because offensively, you know what I'm saying, she got more ways she could come at you. I mean, Sue Storm got a variety of ways she could come with the same attack, but it's still the same attack. Paul Martin say, can't Sue's force fields stifle auroral storms? Stifle. What do you mean when you say stifle? Do you mean like make a force field around Storm where she can't do anything with her power? Or, I mean, what do you mean specifically when you say stifle? Sue could put a force field around Aurora that could work to some effect if Storm succumbs to it or her claustrophobia or something like that kick in. But I don't even think I ain't seen none of that in a while. So yeah. Storm of the people here, Storm and the Invisible Woman have some of the nicest feats. More awesome feats. There. How about that? Okay. Sue Storm once put a force field around the entire island of Manhattan and held it. I mean, she collapsed after it was over, but shit, she did it, is the point. When Terrax raised Manhattan up into space and was going to suffocate everybody, and she threw that's a feat. I mean, but like Kamoyo said, defensively. Now, when she got messed with by Psycho Man, and Psycho Man turned her into Malice, Mistress of Hate. Now she sure found some ways to use her powers offensively then. Rogue can touch Aang, and the Avatar state would be hers. Yeah, great, but will she be able to control it? You know, you gaining somebody's powers, you ain't gaining their ability to wield them. Things like super strength and invulnerability, most of those are a given, but we talking about effectively manipulate. Nah, that would be a non-flex for Rogue. You know what I mean? So Moya say also Sue has that mental confidence liability at times. Yeah. Force field around rain and lightning, maybe. Is that even possible? See, here's what people aren't understanding about Storm. The weather doesn't emanate from Storm herself. It can, but we talking about controlling weather patterns, manipulating weather patterns, changing weather patterns. Shit, she can make it instantly cold around Sue Storm. She can slowly suck the air out of her immediate vicinity where she ends up fainting. I thought about that too, Kamaya. Rogue ain't putting her hands on Aang unless Aang want Rogue to put her hands on him. Rogue gonna have, I mean, Aang's fought powerhouses before and won. So yeah, being Rogue ain't necessarily a flex. And having Rogue's powers, I would think, especially with these three people that she's fighting, they all have the ability to keep Rogue at bay. They all have the ability to keep Rogue at distance. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say, if this ain't kill, a lot of people gonna get hurt badly. Yeah, see how Rogue has to touch you. That's the problem. She got to touch you. So, and I didn't want it to turn into this. I'm sorry, y'all. See what happens when you do this? This is why I don't do it all the time. This is why I don't do it all the time, because it turns into this. I love my Rock With Me Nation. I ain't trying to have everybody at odds with one another. You know what I'm saying? Here, let's do something different. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this right here, y'all. Who wears pink better? I'm going to say the Pink Panther. And Pinky Knuckle. Pinky. Man, you almost made me spill my Hennessy, man. You better slow this motherfucker down. It's in their names, for crying out loud. He's Pinky, even though Pinky wearing black. And Pinky in a pink Cadillac there. I don't know, Vegeta kind of looking rough like a dad. Him and Majin Buu. So, yeah, Pinkety Pink Pink. Paul Martin agrees with me. Pink Panther. Or Boo. And here go Grand Battle. She said, Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X. That's almost fuchsia instead of pink. That's just, you know what? I ain't finna go into that. I am not finna go into that. Let's see where we at here right now. Yo. Did y'all know it was a Red Sonja remake? Heavens to Murgatroyd. Yeah, he is indeed pink. Well, let me see something here. Yeah, if they're gonna put the Pink Panther in there, shit. Pink Panther been around since the 60s. Yeah, that should have went on here and put Snagglepuss in there. To the left, to the right, to the side even. Yeah, I used to watch Snagglepuss. Shanti say Pink Panther. Hey Shanti, how you doing, sis? Like I was saying, we going from pink to red. And from pink to red, from red, we're gonna go to green. And then we're gonna call it a night. But right now, we're going from pink to red. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Matilda Lutz. Matilda Lutz is an Italian model, an actress. She has been tapped to play the role of Red Sonja. I found this movie has been like in hiatus because it was supposed to come out, I want to say, in 23. And I remember hearing something about Red Sonja, hence this poster. And it was being directed by a guy, but MJ Bassett, who is a lady, took over directing chores. There's MJ Bassett right there, along with Miss Lutz, who stands nearly 6 feet tall. So she might be a good Sonja. She just got to look like she knows what she's doing when she wielding that sword. I mean, they finally got the outfit right, or closer to right. Let's just say that. Red Sonja 85, they didn't quite nail the origin story like they should have. And this version is going to go even further away. She's not going to be a battle hardened warrior who gains her skills from a patron goddess, which will make more sense. And so this gal is swinging axes, and maybe she's gonna get in shape. How's she gonna get buff? You know what I mean? I mean, she looks like she's in pretty good shape now. She got nice abs, but I mean, Red Sonja. You ever read Red Sonja comic books? Do you see the things Red Sonja does? I knew somebody was gonna say it. She better bulk up. Grand Madam said, I have never seen all right. I'm just passing on the information. I don't know what to tell y'all. 2025 and still no Vampirella movie. How is that possible? I'll tell you, Mr. Martin, her damn outfit. I guess we just got to a place where we'll tolerate an outfit like that. I know they did a Vampirella movie with Talisa Soto. But that didn't really go nowhere. She's no Bridget Nielsen. Hopefully not, Grand Madam, because in real life, Bridget Nielsen is a damn train wreck. Look, I remember a girl in high school putting hands on a guy that had her by at least 20 pounds. Lefts, rights, crosses, jabs, but he stopped trading punches and scoop slammed her to no effect. Kamayo said, I'm tired of scrawny chicks being warriors. Lucy, lawless or bust. At least get in shape. You know what I'm saying? At least make me believe you out on the Hyrcanian steps, chopping grown men's heads off and disemboweling them. When I look at her, I don't see her being able to fight one dude by herself. You mean tell me she gonna take on 4 or 5? You know who she reminds me of? Remember Callisto on Xena, Warrior Princess? I mean, it's like that's the villain. This broad is the villain. Matter of fact, I can't talk about her. I gotta show y'all Callisto from Xena so y'all can see this broad, man. Oh my good. I don't mean to call her a broad, but here we go. Now, who's she terrorizing? Hang on a sec here, y'all. Looking just like this woman right here. Looking just like this woman right here. Who is this woman terrorizing? They look like they got the same exact type body. And that's when they gave her powers, you know what I'm saying? At first, she was just like a low budget Xena. You know what I mean? But then I think a god or somebody gave her like some powers or resurrected her, and she was throwing fireballs at mugs and doing that with arrows. But look at her. She 98 pounds soaking wet. I ain't worried about you. You can't even pick up a sword, let alone sling one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that right there. Callisto never convinced me she was a credible threat. I don't know. She always seemed like she was just like zany. She was more zany than sadistic. You know what I mean? They were trying to, give her this bloodthirsty energy, but it's like, number one, you don't look the role. And number two, you ain't convincing me that that's who you are. Graham Adams says she always looked like she was on drugs. And Kamayo has kindly given us the names of thick wrestlers who might not necessarily make a good Red Sonja, but could definitely be in a sword and sandals and sorcery type of movie. Yeah, I'd love to see Bianca Belair with a pauldron and a spear fighting somebody. That would be at least like what you said. What you said. These are warrior women, and they look it. Or to be finding these scrawny, because you know who likes scrawny women. But speaking of women who ain't scrawny, talk to me about Absolute Green Lantern. Now, I have been absolutely gushing about Absolute Wonder Woman. Absolute Green Lantern has more than one Green Lantern in it, but they seem to be putting the focus on Sojourner Malene, affectionately known as Joe Malene. I have not picked it up yet because my LCS, they didn't get their DC books in. So I got to wait till Friday. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to have it on Wednesday, but I got to sit here and wait, and wiggity wait, and wiggity wait some more. So I would love to be able to tell you what's going on in Absolute Green Lantern. Unfortunately, I cannot. So you can thank my LCS for not having what a brother needs. And that's the long and the short of it. Though I do want to see how the story pans out. I also want to see Absolute Martian Manhunter. Now, here's the thing. Are all of these absolutes gonna get together and eventually form an absolute Justice League? Let's do roll call real quick. What we got here? We got absolute Batman. We got absolute Superman. We got absolute Wonder Woman. Banging, by the way. If you ain't reading it, you need to be. Absolute Flash coming out. I think it's out already. Absolute Flash is out. And then we got Absolute Martian Manhunter and Absolute Green Lantern. So we need one more to make it a Justice League set. We need Absolute Aquaman. Now, how would we do Absolute Aquaman? How would we change that up? Because the way they did Martian Manhunter is it ain't just the Martian Manhunter. John Jones is actually a human being who becomes possessed by a Martian. Him and the Martian share the same body space. So that's already the different twist on the Martian Manhunter. But see, I think I read somewhere absolute Bruce Wayne is not a billionaire. So they're going to have to do something else for a watchtower. Great. Said going to have to go and order this and absolute Superman going forward. Yeah, you probably don't want to miss out. You might want to go back and pick up that absolute Wonder Woman, Greg. They only like 5-6 issues in, and they're about to finish a storyline in issue 7. So it's the last Amazon storyline. You want to pick that up. Absolute Wonder Woman is banging off the freaking chains, my friend. But I'm very curious to see how this Absolute Green Lantern is rocking. So what y'all think? What did y'all think? I got through everything I was supposed to get through. Yep. Covered it all. I did everything. Look here, Rock With Me Nation. The fun ain't gonna stop. Well, it'll stop for a few hours. But tomorrow, Friday, I have some back and forth with potential guests, and so tomorrow evening you'll just be getting me and Theo. But fret not, next week we will have a guest writer. And crazy to say, I have choices. Which one? Which one shall we choose? We got a couple choices, but I'm gonna keep it on a hush hush until we announce it. Until then, y'all, well, it's only gonna be like 18 hours. And maybe I have more time to rest, get some vitamin D, get some, you know what I'm saying, get some of this up out of me so I can be battle ready. Absolute Aquaman, a young black man traumatized by almost drowning as a child, only to realize in a moment of selfless heroism, saving a drowning child, that he has underwater powers. I'd read it. He said Green Lantern and Wonder Woman, definitely, maybe Batman. Try some garlic or rum. You talking about a hot toddy, or you just talking about just slamming rum? I got some tequila. I'm gonna try that. And definitely the garlic thing, and Black Panther's suggestion of vitamin D. Definitely need a little more of that in my life. Definitely need a little more of that. Certainly could not hurt. Look here, y'all. We are about done. Unless there's some Q&A. Somebody got Q or that would you. Oh. Just me and Theo tomorrow. Our favorite host, whatever will we do? Aw. Salute. I will try to make it fun. I will try to make it interesting. I will try to make it exciting. And I'm sure that, well, I ain't sure. I know Theo's going to help me with that. And we always got a damn good show for you. Yes, I know it works. I just need to get on it. Yeah. And I got the good stuff too, Casamigos. Gray. Man, we gonna have a blast. We always do. Look here, Rock With Me Nation. Keep on rocking with you, boy. We on our way to 1,000. We almost there. Y'all done stuck with me through it all. I appreciate it. It is going to be amazeballs. Oh, LeBron James. Okay. He giving another tell all. All right. Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be real interesting. We're gonna talk what's happening with Monica. I'm gonna save that for us. April 5th. See, I looked up at my calendar. April 5th. April 5th. Oh my God. April 5th is Saturday. But look here, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and make myself scarce. Y'all pull up tomorrow evening. Same real time, same real channel. Yeah. Definitely bring a friend. Bring a couple friends. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not. We'll be coming at you with another one of the other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other. See y'all tomorrow.